Efe and Susan are a young couple struggling to survive while working at a local mechanic workshop. Their love is genuine, but their poverty makes them an easy target for trouble. One day, Carter, a wealthy and arrogant customer, walks into the workshop and greets Susan warmly. Efe immediately feels disrespected and almost attacks him, but Susan steps in and insists on handling the situation herself. She makes it clear to Carter that she loves Efe and has no interest in him, regardless of his wealth. Efe eventually loses his patience and tries to attack Carter, forcing the other mechanics to intervene as Carter flees the shop. Later that day, their boss storms in angrily, warning them that Carter is a client and that personal relationships must never interfere with business. He threatens to fire both Efe and Susan if such behavior happens again. Days later, after returning from a walk, Susan receives a mysterious package delivered to their home. Inside are expensive clothes and hidden beneath them, intimate items. Efe is furious and accuses Susan of secretly communicating with Carter, questioning how he could know their address and her size. Susan insists she has done nothing wrong and has no idea how Carter got the information. Driven by anger, Efe takes the gift back to Carter and warns him to stay away from Susan. Carter takes the threat seriously but responds violently, attacking Efe and throwing him out of his compound. Bruised and exhausted, Efe walks home in pain. On his way, he encounters Janet, a well-dressed woman whose car has broken down. Efe helps her and repairs the car at the workshop. Janet is impressed and immediately begins showing interest in him. When Susan notices Janet's advances, she deliberately hugs Efe possessively to make it clear he is taken. That night, Janet returns home late, angering her husband Dike. He confronts her, but Janet dismisses him rudely. The next day, Janet brings food for Efe, but Susan takes it and firmly tells Janet that anything given to Efe belongs to both of them. This sparks jealousy and tension. Back at home, Janet lashes out at Ike, accusing him of failing her emotionally and intimately. Though Ike tries to please her that night, it is not enough for Janet, and resentment continues to grow between them. Carter, still obsessed, waits for Susan on the road and confesses his love again, boasting about his wealth and promises. Susan rejects him firmly, stating that she is married and deeply in love with Efe despite their struggles. Meanwhile, Janet offers Efe $5 million to open his own mechanic workshop, and offer Susan secretly overhears. That night, Susan confronts Efe in tears, accusing him of hiding the truth. Efe reassures her, insisting that Janet is married and that no other woman has his attention. Susan goes to Janet's house to warn her, but ends up speaking to Ike instead. She tells him to stop his wife from chasing her boyfriend. Shocked, Ike confronts Janet, but she manipulates him into apologizing by playing the victim. Carter uses his connection with Susan's boss to force her into accompanying him on a car repair trip. Along the way, Susan exposes Carter's lies, revealing his multiple baby mamas. Still, Carter refuses to give up. When they return, Efe secretly applies an itching plant to Carter's body, humiliating him. Janet also refuses to back down. She confronts Efe again, but Susan attacks her publicly. Unknown to them, Ike follows Janet and witnesses everything. Realizing his wife has been cheating, he ends the marriage immediately and sends her away. One day, while the boss is speaking with them, a wealthy man known as Chief walks in. He reveals that he funded the workshop and later returns to speak privately with Efe and Susan. They explain they are graduates forced into menial work due to unemployment. Touched, Chief offers them jobs and accommodation. Though Efe is suspicious, Susan convinces him to trust the offer. At Chief's home, he reveals that his wife and daughter died in an accident, and Susan reminds him of his late child. Impressed by their academic records and dedication, he employs them in his company. One night, armed robbers invade the house searching for Chief. Efe and Susan refuse to betray him. As police sirens approach, one robber shoots Susan in the arm before fleeing. She is rushed to the hospital and falls into a coma. Efe stays by her side every night, praying for her recovery. Susan eventually wakes up, but tragedy strikes again. Chief reveals he has terminal cancer. Grateful for Susan's bravery, he asks to adopt her as his daughter. He changes his will, leaving 60% of his wealth to Susan, 20% to Efe, and the rest to loyal staff and charity. Moments later, Chief passes away, leaving Efe and Susan transformed from struggling mechanics into heirs of destiny, their love tested but unbroken.